Good afternoon, everybody. I'm with Rick Hulse. Now, how can I describe this character? Chairman of the National Association for Bikers with a Disability, and that's a mouthful on its own. He is also the compere of the world-class comedy show here at the Farmyard Party. He's an advocate, a staunch advocate for riders' rights. Is there anything you can't do, Rick?
Oh yeah, a lot. Stay upright on two wheels is one of them, which is why I ride trikes nowadays. And concentrate. That's another one I'm not very good at. Yeah.
We've got some fabulous acts here, and that's why they call it world class here at the Farmyard.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what can you say?
It's fantastic. I always used to, partly joking, partly true, I always used to point out to Pete Walker that he was a brilliant organiser because he was organising the second best rally in Britain. This was while I was doing the You've Been Nabbed rally, the best rally in Britain, because our beer was cheaper. But now I can't even use that because we've stopped doing the You've Been Nabbed rally because we're all too old to do all this stuff.
And we are all getting old.
We're an ageing population. With the NABD, of course, we've got the added bonus of a lot of our volunteers have disabilities and illnesses and stuff. It just became too much. We will do something new, but probably an event in a holiday camp where we don't have to bring it all in. But I've always had a great respect for Pete Walker and his crowd, though, because they do a phenomenal job, and they actually do it by the rules. I never used to. But they do. They put so much effort in, and most people don't realise. They haven't got an inkling of what goes into organising something like this. I do because I did it for 30 years.
We've been here for the last 4 days, and we've actually seen it all happen, turning a field into a small village, and the dedication of volunteers. I know that it just can't be done without them.
No, it can't, and it's a massive feat. And there isn't an army of volunteers. There never has been.
No.
You know, this is why we've had to call it quits on the You've Been Nabbed. Pete is lucky. He's got a very dedicated team, most of whom are fairly healthy for their age. And he has obviously some contractors as well. But this is a huge undertaking for anybody. And it all hangs on, a certain amount of it hangs on luck. Because if the weather turns, your crowd might drop by a third.
Well, we're not complaining about the weather this weekend. It's just incredible. Finally, the work that NABD does for disabled riders wanting to get back into the saddle, special adapters for motorcycles that you assist in obtaining?
Well, the core of what the association was to start with, and remains the core of it, is the adaptation grants. We give grants to people to help with the cost, or sometimes cover the cost of special adaptations to bikes, trikes, quads, and sidecar outfits to suit the disabilities. Everything from somebody with a brachial plexus, paralysed arm, to paraplegic riders who are wheelchair bound. So it just we try to cover the difference in expenditure, if you like, between somebody with a disability and somebody who doesn't have a disability. And it just sometimes it's just what people need to get back on the road. And because as well as being chairman of the NABD, I'm an expert witness for the courts. So I see lots and lots of people in the aftermath of they've come out of hospital and they're in recovery. And all the solicitors that I do work for are always constantly surprised how many people who've been seriously injured, the first thing is, I want to get back on a bike.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. But I'm never surprised by it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think it's important to say that there are many people who really, really thank you for what you do, and thank you for your staunch advocacy for riders' rights, and also for the comedy show.
Well, you've got to entertain the troops at the end of the day. And that's one thing you can say about this event, similar to our own event, is that there's an old saying, you can't please all the people all the time. But myself and Pete both believe if you give them a few choices, they'll please themselves.
Well, there you go. You've heard it from the man himself, Rick Hulse. Rick, thank you so much for your time.
You're very welcome,
You're a star.
sir. You're very welcome.
Thank you, Rick. Keep it real.